This is my 2013 Renault Kangoo ZE. I'm going to swap this van for a Tesla. Okay, I can hear you already. What on earth are you talking about? What makes you think you're going to be able to swap that crappy old van for a Tesla? Well, this is the start of a trading up challenge. I am going to sell this van after giving it a significant amount of cleaning up. And then we're going to buy another electric car, and then another, and then another, until we get to the point where I can buy a Tesla. And okay, I'm probably not going to get to the point where I can go and buy a brand new Model S Plaid. I'm not quite that good at trading. I'm not quite Mike Brewer levels of being able to pull money out of thin air. But looking at some of the used cars on the market, I think an early Model S or Model 3 could well be achievable. If this is going to work, I need you to do 3 things for me. Number 1, make sure you subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on. About 75% of people that watch videos on this channel are not subscribed. The more people that are subscribed, the more the algorithm will take favour with it, and the more likely it is to help the videos reach other people. Number 2 is that I need you to share the hell out of this video and other ones in this series. Whether that be in Facebook groups, on other social media platforms, you name it. Share, share, share. Put a link to this video everywhere you can and get as many people watching as you possibly can. And the third thing is, if you are interested in buying one of the vehicles that feature in this series, or you have an EV you need to sell that you think might fit the budget requirements at the time, there's an email address in the comments. Drop me a line and let me know. And with those 3 things, we can make this series of videos a success. I think this van is probably worth about £5,000. It certainly, once it's been cleaned, it'll be worth a little bit closer to that. And that gives you a pretty good starting point, because with that 5 grand, I can then look for something else on the market that I can add a little bit of value to. If you've been following the channel for a while, you'll remember that I paid £2,750 for this van when I bought it a couple of years ago, and it definitely has gone up in value since then, although that was a bit more accidental because the values of them have gone up since then. And they do seem to have been relatively unaffected by the massive falls in used prices. So it seems that the utility of the Kangoo ZE is still something that's being sought after. So I think we could see £5,000 to £6,000 for this van with a little bit of prep work. And then we can use that to buy something else. We can tidy that up, we can buy something else, and so on. You get the idea. The classic trading up challenge. So if you saw the title and you thought this was going to be about me shoehorning a Tesla drivetrain in here, then I'm sorry, you're going to be disappointed. I wouldn't quite know where to start, and given at least currently the battery still belongs to Renault Finance, I probably shouldn't be making massive modifications to it, although we'll talk about the battery lease on this van in a future video. So basically that's what we're doing here. We're introducing the trading up challenge. There's definitely a fair bit of work to do. So as you can see, it's filthy. It needs a really good clean. I mean, just getting rid of the rubbish and stuff that's in here would be a good start. I had a few weeks of it doing really, really hard work when I moved into the new house. It was full almost to the roof with turf and stuff like that. So it's, yeah, in dire need of a clean. But there's also some mechanical stuff to do. One of the rear springs decided it doesn't like life very much the other day, so a pair of new rear springs is definitely in order, and we will need to give it a bit of a mechanical health check as well. It's safe to say it looks pretty used in places. I am wondering if one of those glue dent pullers would help a little bit with this door here. I might need to see if I can get a hold of one and try it out. I've always wanted to give one a go, and what better chance to do so than trying to improve this van to add a little bit of value to it. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you've dabbled with that kind of stuff before, does it work? Or would I be as well paying someone to do the job properly? This van has never had an MOT, despite being 10 years old, so it'll be interesting to have a closer look at the mechanicals. Now, it drives fine, apart from shedding a bit of spring the other day. It does drive really well. It has been maintained, it has been looked after, has some service history, but it has never had an MOT because this van is MOT exempt. And so it's never ever been for a test, and it's never going to go for one. I'm not planning on getting it MOT'd, but it will be giving it a good check over it to see what the mechanicals are like. The front tyres are getting a little bit low, so we'll maybe need to sort that out. But I think in terms of content, the majority of what you're going to see is the cleanup. It needs a really good clean and polish and all that stuff, and I think we can make a video about that. Now, I've tried doing this before, and sort of detailing-ish videos can be a little bit hit or miss, but we'll try again. And then we can get straight to work with moving this on and getting the next car for the challenge. I'm not sure how many steps we're going to need to take to get to where I want to be. I'm not sure how many cars we'll need to go through, but that's all part of the fun, I guess. How many it'll be is sort of open-ended. The only rule I'm going to impose is they all must be electric. It would be really easy for me to go and buy some old petrol cars, tart them up very slightly, make a little bit of money on each one, but that's not really relevant to you guys. Electric vehicles only. The only exception I will make is for a range extender, so BMW i3 range extender or the Vauxhall Ampera. They're okay, I'm willing to include those, but anything else, any, plug-in hybrids and stuff, no. It has to be a battery electric vehicle to qualify, or a range extender, and of course there aren't very many models of those. So those are the main criteria. I'm not going to put in loads of rules. That is the criteria. Buy it, flip it, make a little bit of money, and get to the point where we can buy a Tesla of some description. So stay tuned. I'm going to try and keep these uploads pretty regular. It might be that once this van moves on, they'll slow down a little bit as I wait for the right car to come up, because I can't just go and buy the first thing I see. It needs to be something we can add value to. But make sure you're subscribed with notifications turned on if you want to see more of this, because I am going to trade this Renault Kangoo for a Tesla. It might just take a little while. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think of this challenge in the comments, and I'll see you next time.